I am finding some other things in the woods, though. There's some poke coming up. Poke coming up. Get over here and get a better picture of one. There's one. There's some poke coming up. That young little poke, like that's the best kind. When it's young, just coming up in the spring. You can eat it anytime, but well, you can eat it for a long time. You just can't eat it once it berries. Don't eat the berries, and don't eat it once it berries, and you don't eat the roots. But you can eat those leaves on that poke. And the best ones are right there, first coming up in the spring. Right here. And there. Right in the middle there. And there's one over here. Right there. That's poke. Fresh, young, tender poke coming up. You can boil that down and eat it like greens, like turnip greens or whatever, with some cornbread. Or you can cut that up, put it in with your scrambled eggs. That's yummy. They are hard to find until you find a spot. Then you can usually find enough for a mess. But just getting out there and getting a spot and finding them, sometimes it's hard. And then even when you're out there, you will overlook them because they blend in with the leaves, dead leaves and things, and that's where they usually come up in. And a few years ago, well, a few years after we moved here, I came back here kind of looking around and spotted one in the early spring one time and found several in one little spot, and we started calling it my honey hole. And we have found some in that spot every year. Not a whole lot, just enough for me a little mess. But he don't eat them anyway, so having me a little mess of them early spring is fun and great. Okay, so Lee's found a few more. And before he picks them, I'm going to get up in here and show you. I see one over there. Hang on. I see one over there.
Another one over there.
Keep your eyes on them while I get them videoed. Alright. Let me get over here and get to him. Okay.
Back to the creek is what we were doing.
Alright, can you see him from here? Anybody see him from here? He is right dead in the middle of this video. And I was then down there and let you see. Lee spotted that one. There he is. Not real big. But now we don't usually find real big ones back here. And maybe we just get them before they get big, but I don't like to leave them and take a chance on the bugs eating them up before we can get them. So, and I kind of shake it off just a little bit. And then put it in my bag and shake my bag a little bit. We've got several here. Hang on, sorry you seeing my bag. Now I've already picked a few other things and put in my bag. I'm going to throw these in on top of them. Okay, just saw one over here. Let me get back over here. Alright, let's see. There's one there. There's one. He's not real big, but I'm going to get him. Okay, shake him a little bit, let the spores fall off. Alright, now let me turn around here and try not to step on any and find the other one.
There's
there
one,
he is.
And then there's a little bit over there.
There's one. And they will hide up in the leaves and things, and sometimes really hard to see.
Him until right there at the very last.
Yep. Shake him off and put him in my bag. I like these mesh bags to do for this so that you can shake off the spores and the dirt.
Right there.
There he is. He's a hiding.
I'm sure there's more right here.
There. Alright. There you go. That's morel mushroom hunting for you. Here's some of that jelly looking type of mushroom. I don't know if that's showing up like it needs to. It's shaky. It's kind of a, I don't know, jelly. I'll get a better picture back far from it. And see it shaking it? It's kind of a jelly type of thing. That is supposed to be edible.
Mm-hmm.
It's jelly looking. And it's kind of an amber color, and that is supposed to be edible. I've seen the fellow on Learn Your Land, and I've seen it in some of my books. I have a couple of mushroom books, and I've seen that in there, and it is usable, edible, but I just looking at it cannot bring myself to consider that edible. So we don't use that, but it is supposed to be edible. Lee says it looks like snot, so we just can't. But it's kind of an amber color. It's very pretty. You can kind of see maybe the amber color like that. And it's growing on this piece of stick here, that branch that fell off. I didn't break it off, it already fell off. So just to show you, there's so many different kinds, but you've got to be able to positively identify them. And then even when you do, like this one, I would not eat, I just can't. If I was hungry enough, yes. But I'm not that hungry yet. So, but definitely check into it, identify them, get you a mushroom book, and watch some mushroom videos. And positively identify a few in your area so that you know for sure what is and what isn't edible in your area. And then that's just one more of those things that you can either go eat, or you can wait until the SHTF and eat, like this. If it was SHTF, or if it was LCE, life-changing event, maybe I would eat that, but it's not, and I'm not going to eat it. So there you go. Okay, and there's the creek. We're at the back of the property because the creek is right there. Guess I could go on up here and show that. Oh! Well, I think I can. I think I can. There we go. There's the creek. This is the end of our property at the creek. Lee comes back here arrowhead hunting. He finds arrowheads in this creek. Not very long ago, this creek was completely full.
Down here in the creek. I'll do a bub dance.
A bub dance?
Yeah.
I've been talking about y'all dancing.
I'll do the bub dance. Actually, a pretty nice creek though.
Yep.
That water's so clean you can drink it.
You go.
Pure as
Hey,
it can be.
you go right ahead. Let's see it. Get you a big old drink.
There's a spring coming out right there.
Well, might be a spring coming out, but once it hits that,
There's a bunch of little springs up through there.
you better get it out of the spring, not out of the creek.
All the way to the big city of Barlow.
Yep. Oh, it's so peaceful back here. It's so peaceful, and that water running. It's just, I could sit right here on a chair all day. Or a hammock. A hammock right here.
That's why I stay back here a lot.
Till the skeeters come out. Once the skeeters come out, you couldn't stay back here.
Yeah, and it gets kind of rough. Stinging.
Stop. And the stinging nettle is coming up. It's still small. This is when I like to get it, really, when it's still young and small like that. And that's packed full of nutrients and vitamins and all that stuff. And I have videos on doing the stinging nettle. And so I dehydrate it and grind it up, or chop it up, dehydrate it and chop it up and put it in jars with other greens and use it as a greens for smoothie or soup or omelets or anything, and it gives you lots of vitamins and minerals. Now here's some mushrooms. If you've seen our video lately of the pheasant back or dried saddle mushrooms that Lee found, that we've done a couple of videos lately on and showed and talked about, and these are not pheasant backs. So I just want to show, so if you look at our other video and then look at these, you can tell a big difference. These are not pheasant back. There's one growing up in that hole. That's weird looking. And then there's one down there. They're all just alike, but these are not pheasant backs. You can tell the difference. The whole top is brown. It's got like gills instead of being porous. Ugh. I don't have no clue if it's edible or not edible. It's just not one that we know. And if you look back at the video we made the other day of the dried saddle mushrooms or pheasant back mushrooms, you can see a big difference. These have like what you call gills, I guess. And the others have like a porous. And then you can look at the front and kind of tell a big difference.
Yeah, it looks more like a
and these smell like dirt. These smell like dirt. Whereas we told you the pheasant back smelled like watermelon rind. These just smell like dirt. These I do not trust. I don't know. They're probably not poisonous because there's not that many that are actually poisonous. Some of them they'll say not edible, but they're not necessarily poisonous. These just kind of don't have any meaty part to them. It's just that. So there's a big difference in whatever these are and the pheasant backs. And that's why we are kind of careful about making sure we identify the ones that we do eat, make sure they have good identifying marks and characteristics. And these right here don't. I don't know what they are, but look at that weird one growing up in that hole. That's kind of weird looking.
up inside an old woodpecker hole.
That's a big old log.
But he just wanted
That's a big old
be
log.
sheltered.
Look at there. Goes all the way to the creek. He's a big old fella. Oh, another little surprise. Look at there. Look at there. You see him? He's a pretty little tortoise turtle in the woods. Let's see. Yes, he's alive. He's got a pretty shell. Yeah, that's a pretty one. Got out here in the woods. I'm gonna leave him alone. I just wanted to make him a star. I'll leave him alone now. There's a house right up there. There's his deer stand. So we've walked the woods for probably about an hour now. And I'm gonna call it quits and go on up here to the house. But knowing the mushrooms was out, we wanted to get down here. And we've had a pretty good day down here. There's Chum Dog. He's old. Right, and Lee has already left me because I hear a door slamming up there, so he's already gone home. Y'all give us a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe.